Okay, we're back. Part 2. I'm going to start off by just going into a little bit more detail about the article synopses and the discussion board posts, and then we'll move on to the rest. The 2 article synopses, as I mentioned in the video you just watched, were 75 points each, so there's a total of 150 points there. You need to select articles from peer-reviewed professional journals on sexuality. And there are examples of what some of these might be in the textbook companion website, and the URL for that is in the syllabus. Also, the TWU library can help you. The reference section in our book can give you some good ideas. If you're on campus, go to the library and just ask one of the librarians. They are so helpful here, and they will sit and help you figure that out. But I think it's a 4,000 level class, so the majority of you have probably had experience in other classes where you've had to find a scholarly journal article. If not, put something on the boards, let us know, because you're probably not the only one who has that question, and let us help guide you. But make sure it is a peer-reviewed professional journal on sexuality, so no magazines, things like that. Get the articles well in advance. It'd be a good idea to go ahead and choose both your articles now, and make sure that they're okay if you have doubts, and get started reading them and writing them up, because this can sometimes take a little bit longer than you might think. Read thoroughly, take notes in your own words while you read it, and I often suggest to people that then you might put all that written work down, go to your friend, go to your roommate, go to your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your sister, your brother, your dog, your cat, the mirror, for lack of anything else, and look at yourself. And then just explain it to somebody who hasn't read the article, what the main points were. What were they trying to figure out? What did they do? What were the main results? Then you know it's in your own words. Then take that, what you've just said, and go type that up. That is in your own words. The more you can get away from looking at the article and then typing your paper, the further you're going to be away from, whether intentionally or unintentionally, copying word for word what the article said. So, summarize the article in your own words. This will probably be the assignment that's the biggest challenge in terms of avoiding plagiarism, because it does have to be in your own words. And so, reading the article and then being like, okay, they wanted to know about teens' perceptions of sexuality. And then you turn and write, investigated teens' perceptions of sexuality. Well, you've just plagiarized. You've just copied word for word. And it wasn't even that you meant to. It's just that you read it and then you went and typed it. So read it, put it away for a while, and then go back and try to explain in your own words what the article was about. And you can see the rubric there for how points will be assigned for those 2 assignments. And the due dates are on the calendar, the course calendar and the syllabus. And then the discussion board posts, the questions are already all up there. You feel free to go look at the boards. Sometimes you choose a question or 2 to answer. Sometimes you have to do a different task. So go look at them all. Make sure you understand what you'll be asked to do. If you have any questions at all, go to the boards and post a question, the Q&A boards, or you can email me and ask me. And again, a rubric is there for how points will be awarded for that. Then we have virtual chats, 2 of them. You will sign up for these time slots in Blackboard in a dedicated discussion board. The one for chat 1 is there. These will be maintained by the TAs, and so when it's time to start signing up, they will notify you that it's time to start signing up and the procedure for doing so. So don't do anything yet till you hear from them that's what you're supposed to do. This will be an important place for you to make sure you're understanding those netiquette rules and the chat-etiquette indicated in the Start Here section, as well as at the end of the syllabus. The first chat will be over at the textbook topics chat, and the second one will be about your journal articles and your movie reviews. And the grading rubrics for those chats are there as well. Then we have 4 vocabulary quizzes that will just be vocabulary from the chapters that you've read, and those will be launched. They'll be available to you for a week. Until they're due, and you may only take them once, and once you start it, you have to finish it, so don't start it till you're ready to take it. You can use your book and your notes, but you don't want to be spending all your time flipping and looking, so make sure that you have everything organized in some way, you have some working knowledge of the terms, you've studied as you would for any other kind of exam, and that you're ready to sit down and take it. And then, of course, if you need clarification, you can look it up. But it is an individual project, though, so while you may be able to use your book and your notes, I certainly don't want you to sit with your friends and take it together, because that would be a violation of academic dishonesty. This is an individual assignment, so you should do these by yourself. Okay, so by yourself, individual. Have I said that enough times? Do it alone. You can use your book and your notes, but you need to do it by yourself. Okay, Let's see. And then you have one movie review where you're going to watch a movie of your choice as it relates to a chapter or a topic in our textbook. So you can't just go watch, Finding Nemo and write about it, unless you can really make some case for it relating to one of our chapter topics. But there are a lot of movies out there that do relate to the topics in our chapters, and you get to choose which one you want to view. You're going to cite your movie in APA format, and it gives you there how to do it, and even the page number. I'm getting nicer in my old age, I guess. Those of you who've had me before. And then it tells you what you're supposed to write in terms of your review, and there's a rubric there for how your points will be assigned in that regard as well. And then we have 2 exams, a midterm and a final, which will be done via Blackboard, and the dates for those are on the course calendar as well. And again, open book, individual. And you'll have to finish it once you start it. The key there is individual. Do it by yourself. Then we have an attendance policy, which I think is interesting in an online class. Sometimes people don't think about attendance in online, but it is important to come check in very regularly. Some of my most successful online students have indicated that they come and check the course shell every day and look for an announcement or see what people are posting in the Q&As. And for some reason, those students just really seem to do a lot better. So you may consider doing that. And then the last thing is the, well, not the last thing, but the course count. The next thing here is the course calendar, when things are due, when you're supposed to read things, when tests occur, when assignments are due, all that stuff. And then I have information on policies around climate, about notification policies, readings, written work, late work. I don't take late work, and many of you have had me before and you know that, and so we just get everything in on time, but I don't take late work, so make every arrangement to make sure you can complete everything on time. You can turn things in early, certainly. If you know you're going to be out of town or something, or away from the internet on the due date, go ahead and submit it early. That's perfectly fine, but you can't turn it in late and receive any credit. I just don't take late work. No exceptions will be made. I just don't take it. So make sure you make every arrangement to have everything in on time. Also, some of my most successful online students have said they have their calendar out, their weekly calendars or whatever, and they go in the beginning of the semester, the first day, like right now, you could do it. Go in and write the due dates for everything in your calendar. Reminders to yourself to make sure you have your first journal article picked out, for example. That you've signed up for chat, these kinds of things, because it is different from a face-to-face where you come and see me on a regular basis and get these reminders in class. You'll be responsible for reminding yourself in this situation. So get your calendar out, mark everything, make sure you're checking the course shell every day for reminders and announcements. Make sure you read the emails that come from me and the teaching assistant so that you can keep track of everything and stay on top of things in this class. Okay, I've already mentioned the Chatikit, and then there's ways to get help. They're at the bottom of the syllabus, and that covers what I wanted to say to you about the syllabus. If you have additional questions about it, feel free to email me or post a question in the Q&A boards there. There's a Q&A just for me, a Q&A for the teaching assistants, and even a Q&A with peers where you can go and talk with one another. So be sure that you make sure you understand everything, and it's going to be a great semester. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll see you online.